Have you ever had something to say, but you want to make sure you say it right and don't piss a bunch of people off? It's kind of where I am right now. Guys, my name is Bill Jones. I'm the head instructor of top-level martial arts in beautiful downtown Cuyahoga Falls. I'm a black belt under Master Pedro Sauer. You're watching Professor's Corner. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, especially comment. I want to hear your thoughts on this subject. So in Ohio, currently, we are in literally the halfway point of a 2-week complete stay-at-home order, which has restrictions on most people to stay at home. Businesses are shut down for the most part, with the exception of essential businesses, which includes a lot of things, quite honestly. But that's not really what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk. Oh, you can hear the wind. It's a beautiful day outside, so I decided to stand by my door, but I have the window wide open, so let me momentarily close that. Yeah, so people are so negative sometimes, and I really want to talk about the importance in jiu-jitsu and in life in general about getting away from it all. So if you've ever had a bad time in jiu-jitsu, meaning like you're on the mat and just nothing's working for you, right? You ever have those days or even weeks and you're like, man, I've been really focusing on this technique for like 5 weeks and I just can't hit any of it. Not one thing is working right. Or maybe just like everybody seems to be just getting to you. It might be time to take a short break, like a week off or a day off even. And the way I take the Jocko approach to that, Jocko Willink, he talks about the days when you feel like quitting. And the way he says to do it is, okay, that day that you feel like not going, go anyway. And if you still feel that way the next day, then take the day off. So he says procrastinate on procrastination. And I think that's a great, great point. And I wanted to relay that back to life and jiu-jitsu, because in jiu-jitsu what that can do for you is, you're just drained, you've trained a lot, you're nothing's working, you're getting down, you're taking it too seriously, and all of a sudden you're like, man, I just need to stop. Take a day off, or even take a couple days off. Because what you might find is if you take those days off and truly just be away from it, not take a day off and write down everything you know and keep it in the forefront of your head. No, take it off completely, 100%. Don't think about jiu-jitsu, don't do jiu-jitsu, don't anything jiu-jitsu. And when you come back, a lot of times what you find is it's working again, or you're doing better, or you have something of an epiphany, right? Because when you just try not to think about something, all of a sudden it pops into your head, right? It's kind of like when you're trying to come up with that word. Someone's like, hey, what was the name of that actor? And you're like, it's on the tip of my tongue, I can't think of it. And then you go home and you're washing the dishes 7 hours later and you're like, David Duchovny! You know what I'm talking about. I don't know why David Duchovny's in my head, but that's who I thought of right now. And it's kind of like that with jiu-jitsu. And I would argue it's kind of like that in life, right? Right now is the hardest time, and this is how I want to kind of tie this all back together. It's a very, very, very rough time for a lot of people, myself included. It's very rough. I've got employees who depend on me. I've got members who are confused and unsure about how long they're going to, be able to keep things up, because a lot of them are losing their jobs, and they're being amazing. Most of them are still paying memberships, even though we're not allowed to have classes. And, of course, I'm going to pay them back in different ways. But, that's a hardship, right? They're doing that out of the goodness of their hearts. And that's a challenge to me, right? Is one, how do I take care of them? How do I take care of, my employees? How do I take care of my family? And so, I'm a pretty positive guy most of the time. But sometimes it gets to me. Sometimes I'm sitting there laying in bed and I'm like, oh man, what am I going to do? What if this lasts another 7 months? A couple months, I'll be all right. Family will be all right. Like 7, 8 months? Holy crap. I got to figure something out. So anyway, the reason I bring this up is because I've noticed this huge trend on social media, especially among people I know, and myself included. Let's be real clear. Like, people are getting real negative, real snippy at each other. It's almost like when I was in the Army and we were deployed to Iraq, we all had to live in very close confinement, quarters. Sometimes, like, you went from, being, especially for us, we were reservists, so you go from, like, living at your apartment, maybe with your girlfriend or your husband and your kids or whatever, to living literally within 3 feet of the next person, and there's 40 people in the bay. Like, that's just how it became. And sometimes, it was tense, and it was even closer than that. And, like, everybody gets real snippy, right? Because people are in your space. They're in your personal space. And you're used to being able to do what you want, go where you want, do what you want, and you can't all of a sudden. So you're not only are these people up in your face and in your space, but now they're, like, stuck there, and you're stuck with them. And that takes some getting used to. And definitely tensions run high sometimes. Fights break out, things like that. So it's the same way I'm noticing online. And it's like so many people are stuck in their homes and stuck in their houses. And their escape for the day is just sitting on Facebook. And, like, it just gets to you. And all of a sudden you're like, ooh, gosh, I'm tired of seeing this person talk like this. Like, where's my caps button? It's all caps. Boom, 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 boom. And, like, all of a sudden these little wars start, and it gets real confusing, real hostile. It's time to take a break. It's time to take a break. I think that myself and many others should just take the phone one day, turn it off, throw it in the cupboard, or put it on the charger for the day, and walk away. Walk away. Come back in 24 hours. Come back in 48 hours. Especially before you type that, "You're scum because you believe that Trump is God and you don't like fried fruit and, whatever." I don't know. Whatever it is that's pissing you off. Most of those people that you're talking to, most of them, are people you know, right? And in everyday life, you wouldn't talk to each other that way. So why are you doing it on the internet? You shouldn't. Okay? People tend to say things on the internet that are, like, deeper in their subconscious, and that's okay. But, we've learned to accept. I have plenty of friends who do not see life the way I see it. They don't have the same political views. They don't have the same, just philosophical views, the same religious beliefs. There are a lot of things that they're very different on. And I love them. I love them anyway, because they're great human beings. They mean well. They're wonderful. They're nice to me. That's real life. That internet thing, that social media thing, it's fake. Everything out there is fake. And right now, especially because you're seeing experts, like this coronavirus thing going on right now. Some experts are saying it's bad, it's the worst thing ever. Other experts, and I'm putting these all in quotations, are saying it's not that bad. It's not good, but it's not that bad. Stanford University is saying it's probably not going to be that big a deal. The guy who made the original modeling is saying, yeah, the model's not right. It's not going to be as bad as what I predicted. But then you've got other experts saying it's still bad. It's still terrible. And that's really confusing, and it makes things hard on you. And then you've got that. You don't know how long you're going to be locked up in your room, essentially, right? Like all grounded to your house. You're hungry for attention. You just want to see your friends. You just want to talk to someone who can relate. And bam, the next thing you know, you're lashing out. And I caught myself doing it. A guy was putting up a post asking a question, and I didn't happen to agree with the situation. I thought it was a completely avoidable situation, and I pretty much just said it that way. The situation's kind of avoidable. Here's why. And, he kind of called me out on it. He basically said, bro, why can't you just be nice about this? Like, if you don't think it's a good thing, that's fine, but, like, it is the situation. And he wasn't wrong, right? He wasn't wrong to call me out. So I think starting tomorrow, I'm going to take a 24-hour break from social media myself, just to get away from it all and to breathe a little bit, focus on the business, focus on my family for a day. Like take some time and just breathe. So make sure you do that for yourself. That's my advice today. Whether it's in jiu-jitsu and you're having a rough time of it, or you're in life and you're dealing with this crazy situation that we have, this is unprecedented. Anybody who thinks this situation isn't crazy, I don't know what you're looking at. This is nuts. Everything about it is nuts. I'm not saying the responses, I'm not saying it's just a nutso situation. It's unfortunate and it sucks. But it is the situation we're in and we have to ride it out. So take some time, focus on your friends. Instead of talking to them on Facebook, shoot them a text. Or better yet, give them a phone call, unless you're one of those people who don't believe in using the phone. But like actually talk to them, an actual conversation. And I think that you'll find that you feel a lot better because of it. All right, my friends, stay safe out there. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Visit my Patreon. I'll talk to you later.